students, welcome to practice number 4 for Yoga 1. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. You'll notice I'm sitting up on my folded blanket. You're welcome to sit up higher if you have 2 blankets or if you have a bolster or a cushion to sit on. Usually if you elevate your hips a little higher, it can make it more comfortable to sit here and find a tall spine. Do make sure that you're not slouching down or back. Feel the fronts of the hip bones reaching just a little bit forward so you're sitting right on your sit bones and you're lengthening out all the way through the top of the head. The shoulders are rolled slightly back and down and your hands somewhere to rest. So we're going to start with a review of Ujjayi. So you don't have a new pranayama form today, but as a reminder, Ujjayi or victorious breath is the pranayama form that we want to try and maintain throughout our flowing or vinyasa yoga practices as much as we can. So this is the breath pattern where you make the E or he sound on the inhale and the ah or ha sound on the exhale. So eyes either open or closed. Just take one breath here, settle in, and then try some Ujjayi, breathing in and out. You're welcome to keep Ujjayi breath going, or if that's uncomfortable, just breathe in whatever way is comfortable to you, but try and maintain the inhale and the exhale even, of equal length. As we prepare for our asana practice today, I'll invite you to think about a new yama, remembering that yamas are guidelines or rules or restraints that we place upon ourselves that deal with how we respond to those around us. They also can be taken internally, but they're usually a little more dealing with us and the community or us and the world. So today, thinking about the yama satya. Satya means truthfulness. And so this yama reminds us to be truthful towards others, towards ourselves. So don't openly tell lies. Try not to deceive others. And so there might be some things that come into your mind, times when you have deceived someone else, maybe unintentionally, or maybe it started out unintentionally. But just thinking if there are moments where maybe you're trying to not exactly be truthful when you need to be. You're hiding something from someone. And usually this is where satya plays in towards ourselves, is in some way we're hiding from our true self. We're lying to ourselves about whether we're really doing the things we should be doing to travel farther down our unique path towards whatever we're working for. Hopefully, happiness, greater peace. But there's all sorts of things we're working for, whether it's your college degree or towards a job or a healthier lifestyle. So remind yourself not to hide from whether you're really steering yourself towards whatever you're working on. Or if you're hiding from what's truly going to make you happy. Maybe you are really steering yourself in one particular direction because you think that's where you need to be going. But that's not actually what is feeding your purpose, what is going to make you peaceful and happy in the end. Breathing in and breathing out. And so in terms of our physical yoga practice for today, be truthful with yourself about when you might need to take it easy, take a break, rest, and when you might need to work a little harder. Are you always taking it a little bit easy? Are you taking the easy way out? Can you push yourself, truthfully, a little bit more? Inhale and exhale. Blinking the eyes open or raising the gaze. Next time you inhale, sweep the arms out and up and overhead. As the palms come close together, flip them out. Exhale, fingers back down towards your mat. Chin drops to your chest. Do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fingers down, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, twist to your right. Hands can stay at your heart, or maybe they drift all the way down to your legs or to your mat. Grow a little bit taller as you inhale, and maybe you can rotate a little bit more on the exhale. Remembering that most of our rotation comes from the upper back, the thoracic spine. One more breath here. Inhale back to center, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, fingers down to the mat, chin drops to chest. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, twisting to your left. Hands can stay at the heart or drop all the way down. Inhale, grow a little taller through the spine, and then maybe you rotate a little more. Making sure you're rotating from the spine, you're not using your arms to crank yourself deeper into a twist. One more breath. Inhale back to center, arms reach out and up. Exhale, fingers towards the mat. Keep the right fingers down, lift the left arm up, inhale. Reach up and over to the side, keeping both sit bones rooting down. Inhale back to center, switching arms, and exhale to the other side. Inhale through the center, once more to each side, exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. This time as you come up to center, bring both arms up, palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take one more breath in and let that breath go. Make your way to tabletop, hands and knees. You're welcome to take your blanket or your towel and slide it under your knees if you'd like to have a little bit of extra cushion for the knee. Once you're there, hands are right under shoulders, knees are right under hips. On your inhale, let the spine arch, head and sit bones reach up, cow. On your exhale, curl your spine to cat. Inhale back to cow. And exhale to cat. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Return to a neutral spine. Step the right foot back behind you, ball of the foot on the mat. Press your heel towards the back of your mat, stretching out the calf and the Achilles. Inhale to shift forward, lift the leg, toes point down, hips stay level. Maybe you can lift that leg a little higher. Keep the hips level. On your exhale, pull knee to nose, curl the spine. Inhale, take the leg back long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach long. Stay here, or maybe float the left hand. One breath. Hand lowers, knee lowers. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to your neutral spine. Step the left foot back, ball of the foot on the mat. Press your heel towards the back of the mat. Notice your hands here. There's space between the fingers. The whole surface of the hand is pressing down into the mat. Inhale to shift forward, lift the leg. Hips are level, low belly is pulling in and up. Toes are pointing down. Maybe you can lift the leg a little bit higher. And then exhale, pull knee to nose. Inhale, reach the leg long. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Pause here. Maybe you float the right arm. One breath. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Return to neutral. Walk your hands forward and then lower yourself down to your stomach. If you have your blanket under your knees, you can leave it there for now, is fine. Untuck your toes, tops of the feet press down, hands under shoulders. Inhale, cobra. Pull the shoulders back and down, neck is long. Really light on your hands. Exhale, back to your belly. Twice more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Press to table or plank, your choice. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Sending the sit bones up and back, pressing long through the shoulders. And if you would like to pedal through the feet here, go ahead and take a moment to do so. Bending one knee, pressing the opposite heel closer to the mat. Maybe you'd like to bend both knees or wiggle the hips around. Do any movement that feels right to you, starting to find this shape. Trying to be one straight line from wrist to hips. Relax your head heavy. One more full breath. Slowly walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees. Roll your way up to standing. Pull the shoulders up, back, and down. Take a breath in. Let that breath go. Reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Come up halfway, finding a long spine. Shoulder blades pull slightly together. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive back to standing. Top of the head lifts you up. Open your arms. Tadasana. Bring your feet all the way together. Bend your knees. Bring your hands to your heart. Now sink your weight back into your heels. Imagine you're about to sit in a chair, imaginary chair that's right behind you. Lift your toes a little bit. Chest is up, hips try to lower. Utkatasana, chair. Breathing in. Breathing out. Next inhale, straighten up, reach the arms up. You can walk the feet a little bit apart. Exhale to fold. Come up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, long spine. Fold forward, walk back to downward facing dog. 2 full breaths, maybe ujjayi breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your knees to the mat, returning to table. Next, inhale, reach the right arm up. Thread the right arm behind the left, palm is up. Gently land your right shoulder to the mat. Now you have the option to stay just as you are. You can keep some support in that left hand, or reach the left arm around your low back, reaching for the right hip. Now, if you do this and you feel weight coming into your head or your neck, just bring that hand back down to help support you. So this is called thread the needle. It's a twist, and you might be feeling a stretch in your shoulder as well. One more breath here. Press into your left hand, bring it back down to the mat if you lifted it. Inhale the right arm back up, and then land that hand on your mat. Inhale the left arm. Thread the left arm behind the right, palm is up. Gently land your shoulder on the mat. Hips are high. You can keep your right hand on the mat or reach it around the low back, reaching for the left thigh or hip crease. And it doesn't matter if it makes it there. Breathing in and out. One more breath here. If you lifted that right hand, bring it back to the mat. Press into your right hand, inhale the left arm back up, and land the hand down. Let's take one more cow and cat, inhaling to arch the spine. Exhaling to curl. Coming back through neutral, walking the hands a few inches forward, tuck your toes under and return to downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Walk your feet to your hands. If your blanket or towel's on the mat still, you might move it out of the way now, or after you roll up, you can move it out of the way. Bend your knees, roll your way up to standing. Coming to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Again, if your blanket or towel is on the mat, you can move it out of the way at this point and then come back to Tadasana. Make sure the feet are pointing straight ahead. Low belly's pulling in and up. Uddiyana Bandha, that flying upwards of the low belly. Arms are externally rotated. Top of the head floats up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms reach up, inhale. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, walk your feet back to plank. Remember, plank can be on your feet or you can lower your knees. Inhale here. On your exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Look between your hands. Take 2 giant steps to the front of your mat. Inhale, come halfway up, finding a long spine. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive up to standing. Top of the head leads you. Arms reach out and reach overhead. Pull hands to heart center. Exhale. So that was a full sun salutation using knees, chest, chin, and cobra. So this time I'm going to cue chaturanga and upward facing dog. But remember, you can always choose to keep knees, chest, chin, and cobra instead, or one or the other. Next time you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, find a long spine. Exhale, fold. Walk your feet to plank. Inhale here. On your exhale, shift forward, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Right angle with the arms. Inhale, straighten your arms, pull your chest through, upward facing dog. Low belly is engaged to lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. Find length through the spine here. Breath in. Breath out. Look between your hands. Take 2 big giant steps forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive up. Open the arms. Tadasana. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. Good. So there's one more thing we're going to add into our sun salutation today, and that is going to be a choice to jump forward. So far we've been walking or taking big steps forward from downward facing dog to our forward fold. So you're going to have another option here, which is to jump. So I'll show it to you and then we'll do it together. So from your downward facing dog, you're going to look forward, bend your knees. You're going to hop your feet to your hands, but keep your hands on the mat. Once you land, you can extend to your forward fold, and then we'll just come up as usual. Now, if you don't make it all the way feet to hands, but you want to hop, you can take a couple hops, or you can hop and then step. So that might be something like this. If I'm here and I want to hop, but I don't make it all the way, then I just step the rest of the way to my forward fold. You do want to make sure that you keep your hands down, because you're landing in a forward fold, you're not jumping up. So you don't want to end up where you're here and you jump and throw your chest up at the same time. Stay down. So if in your forward fold, you're really far from reaching the ground, even with your knees slightly bent, jumping might not be a great option for you right now. You never have to jump. You can always step or walk a bunch of steps, but you can try jumping if you want to. So I'm going to cue this time with a choice of jump. Know that you can take it or leave it. Come back to Tadasana. Feet pointing straight ahead. Quads pull the knees a little forward and up. Arms externally rotate. Middle fingers reach down. Breath in. Breath out. Arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, find a long spine. Exhale, fold again, walk back to plank. Inhale here. Now your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Take a full breath here. Look in between your hands, bend your knees, step or hop, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. Tadasana. Reach the arms up again. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Lengthen through the spine. Fold and walk back to plank. Inhale here.
On your exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. One breath in. One breath out. Reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. Hips stay level, toes point down. Pull your knee towards your nose. Step as far forward as you can to a lunge. Now for today, we are going to rotate that back heel down. So my left foot is pointing off on the diagonal. Go ahead and bring your chest up. Bend that right knee. So look at your lineup right now. We want our feet to be in their own lanes, kind of like little narrow train tracks here. So notice if they're crossed over, kind of like this. Move your left foot a little to the left or your right foot a little to the right. Right foot points straight ahead, right knee points straight ahead. So make sure your knee doesn't cave to the inside. Open it out. My left toes are pointing up on the diagonal. My left heel is pressing down into the mat. My hips are trying to face forward. They might not be perfectly forward, but they're trying to get as close as they can. Now let's say your heel doesn't make it to the mat. You're here. You can try stepping that foot up a little bit so you can get it down. If it feels like you have to be really narrow to get it down, you might try rotating the foot out a little bit more, but notice that your hip tends to go with it. So you have to kind of finagle between the two. Keep your hip trying to reach forward, send the heel back, and maybe in the end your heel has to lift a little bit, but keep it reaching behind you. And eventually as you gain a little more length there, hopefully you can get it down. So hips are forward, right knee's bent. Reach the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more breath here. Now reach your hands back to your hips. Straighten your right leg. Now notice if when you did that, your hips automatically turned open. Try to pull them back square, and you might step your back leg a little forward so that you can get them more square. Now notice if you've locked out that front leg. Pull your knee a little forward enough so that right quad is doing some work. You might even have a little bit of a bend here, but not a big bend. You want that leg to be as straight as you can, but still have it be active. Now bring your hands behind you. So you're either gonna bring your hands to reverse prayer, fingers pointing up or down, or you can just grab, wrists, forearms, whatever you can get back there. Pull the low belly in. Now fold no more than halfway. Maybe you're on the diagonal, maybe you're almost level. So this is a variation of pyramid. Spine is staying long. I'm pulling my right hip back and my left hip forward. 2 more breaths here. Next inhale, bring your chest back up. Bend that right knee. Bring your arms around to Anjali Mudra, hands to your heart. Lift your back heel. Rotate that leg parallel and bend the left knee. You're gonna push off this left knee and lift it forward. Push off the left foot and lift the left knee forward. Good, stay where you are. I'm just gonna turn to face you. Now cross that left leg over the right. Bend the right knee. And cross your legs as tightly as you can get them. Now maybe you can even wrap your foot around your calf. Now for a lot of us, that's not gonna work. So maybe your foot sticks out. If crossing tightly together doesn't work, open the knee out and you're in this figure 4 pigeon shape that we did in the last practice, only on our backs. Keep a bend in the right knee. From wherever you are, open your arms. Now you're gonna cross your right arm on top of your left, bend your elbows, and see if you can wrap your arms. If that doesn't work, just come into a self-hug. So you've got opposite arm as leg on top. Lift your elbows forward and up. Sit a little deeper. Last breath. This is Eagle Garudasana. Unwind everything. Step that left foot down. Tadasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, walk back to plank. Inhale here. On your exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. Left leg reaches up, three-legged dog. Toes point down, hips stay level. Pull knee to nose. Step as far forward as you can to your lunge. Go ahead and rotate your right heel down. Bend the left knee as you bring the torso up. Now see if you can find warrior one on this side. Big bend in the left knee and toe point straight ahead. Right leg is pointing on the diagonal. So make sure you're not going straight sideways with that right foot. This way the right hip can pull around. Press especially the outside edge of that right foot into the mat. Reach your arms up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Eventually, you want to try and get a 90-degree angle in that front leg. Doesn't have to be today, but that's what we're working towards. So feet will be pretty wide on your mat, so you can bend deeply through that knee, but keep the knee over the ankle. Last breath here. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten the left leg. Now notice if your feet feel too far apart once you straighten. Can you keep your hips going forward? You might need to step your back foot a little forward or even a little out to the side. Left quad is working to pull the left knee a little forward. Hips rotate forward. Hands come to reverse prayer or just grab wrists or forearms. Pull the low belly in. Fold any amount, no more than halfway. Pyramid. Left hip pulls back as the right hip reaches forward. So you want to make sure you haven't rotated the hips out to the side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last breath here. Next inhale brings you back up. Release your arms and bring them around to the front, Anjali Mudra. Bend the left knee, lift the right heel. Bend that right leg. Push off the right leg, lift the knee forward. Bend your left leg, cross right over left for eagle. Maybe the foot hooks, maybe you open out to your pigeon or figure 4 shape. Now in case it was hard to tell on the first side, I'm going to do this side facing away from you first. So you should have the right leg crossed over the left. Keep that left knee bent. Open the arms. Left arm comes on top of right, elbows meet, arms wrap, or you come into a self-hug. Stay where you are. I'm just going to turn around and mirror you. Reach your elbows forward and up, away from your chest. and breathe. So this is Garudasana Eagle. Your drishti, if your arms are wrapped, you're probably looking right at your arms. That's okay. If you're in that self-hug, keep your gaze straight out. See if you can sit a little deeper. Last breath. Unwind everything. Step both feet down. Tadasana. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice your breath. Were you holding it in that balance? Has it gotten labored? See if you can come back to that nice, even breath. Maybe even Ujjayi. One more breath. Blink the eyes open. Exhale, low belly pulls in and up. Reach your arms up and overhead, inhale. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana.
Come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, walk your feet back to plank. Inhale here. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog.
On your inhale, right leg reaches up again, three-legged dog. Step forward to your lunge. Come back to warrior one. Left heel rotates down, right knee bends, you rise up. So we've just got one more standing asana to learn today. In your warrior one, reach your arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Pull the shoulder blades together, open the heart. So this is the same shape we did in our last practice, just in warrior one now. Stay here or dive forward, hands reach up and overhead. Humble warrior. Try to keep your hips square, relax the head. Keep pressing weight into your back foot. 2 breaths. Next inhale, brings the torso back up. Release your bind. Reach the arms up. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Left leg reaches up, three-legged dog. Step forward to your lunge. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. So make sure your base of support is set up first. Hips pointing forward, big bend in the left knee. Right leg is on the diagonal, heels pressing down. Low belly pulls in. Next exhale, hands reach behind you. Interlace the opposite way this time. So opposite thumb is on top, all the other fingers switch. Try to pull your palms together, shoulder blades together, heart opens. Keep pressing weight into the back foot. Torso dives forward, hips remain square, humble warrior. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale to rise back up. Release your bind. Arms reach up, inhale. Hands to the mat, exhale. Step back to downward facing dog. One full breath. Lower your knees to the mat, untuck your toes. Child's pose, sitting back on your heels. Next time you inhale, roll your way up to sitting. Shift your feet to one side so that you can have a seat and bring your legs around in front of you. So we're gonna come into a seated fold, so you might like to grab your folded blanket or your bolster or cushion to sit on to make it a little bit easier to find a tall spine while you're seated. So then once you're settled, rock the fronts of your hip bones a little forward, and then bring the sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh. So remember that I'm mirroring you. So just like you were looking in a mirror, your leg on this side folded in, this one will stay straight. And I try my best to say the right things, but every once in a while, I might get them mixed up. Reach the ball of this left foot forward. So this leg stays active. You're somewhere in between a pointed toe and a flex, or plantar and dorsiflexion. So you're reaching and the toes are spreading. Basically, the point of this is to keep this leg nice and active. Inhale, sit up really tall. Exhale, rotate towards that bent knee. So your left hand comes across. It might land on the knee or on the thigh. Your right arm is behind you. Press into those right fingers to make sure that you haven't started leaning back. You're still sitting up nice and straight. Stay in your rotation. Now reach the right arm up by your ear and fold sideways, left side body towards the left leg. Now some of you might be able to reach that foot, in which case use that to help pull your head under your arm. If you can't reach the foot, just stay wherever you are. It's perfectly fine to be up higher. So this is Parivrita Janu Shirshasana, revolved head to knee. Keep that top shoulder pulling back, the bottom shoulder reaching forward. One more breath here. Inhale your way back up. Exhale to unwind from your twist. Now rotate just a little bit to the left and fold straight over that left leg. So this is regular head to knee, Janu Shirshasana. Breath in, breath out. Inhale back upright. Unfold the right leg long. Fold the left leg in. So when you first fold that leg in, notice if your hips shift off. Can you keep them forward even as you pull that leg in? Rock the fronts of the hips a little forward. Engage through the straight leg, ball of the foot reaching. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, rotate to the left. Left hand behind you, push into the fingers to make sure you're not leaning back. Each time you inhale, grow a little taller. Each time you exhale, maybe you rotate a little deeper into your twist. One more breath as you are. And then next inhale, the left arm reaches up by your ear. And then you're gonna fold sideways, right side body towards the right leg. Stay in your twist. So the left shoulder is reaching back, the right shoulder is pulling forward. 2 more breaths here.
Next time you inhale, bring yourself back up. Unwind. Re-lengthen the spine if you've started slouching. Rotate just a little to the right, and then fold over the straight leg. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee. Next time you inhale, come back upright. Lengthen that left leg long. Come off anything you're sitting on. Scoot that prop off to the side. And then make sure there's some space behind you on your mat. Also make sure that your strap is nearby. Place it about the middle of your mat. Reach your arms forward. Hinge back a few inches. So remember your modifications for Navasana or boat. You can stay here. You can grab behind the thighs for a little more support. You can lift the feet for a little more challenge. For even more challenge, you can straighten the legs. 3 breaths here. Breathing in. Keep the chest reaching up. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last breath. Slowly lower your feet. Lower yourself all the way down to your back. Give a breath or two just to let your spine relax. Let the body fall heavy into the mat. Legs can be bent or straight for right now, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Now from here, grab your strap, and you're going to take your strap and loop it around either the ball or the heel of your right foot. You don't want to put your strap right in the middle of the arch because that's just pulling on all those muscles in the arch, which could harm them. So either ball or heel. If you go for the ball of the foot, you'll also get a little stretch for the calf, but if your calves are really tight, you might want to go heel of the foot. I'm going to go heel for right now. Lengthen that right leg up towards the ceiling. It doesn't need to be all the way straight, but it should be pretty straight. So you might have a little bend. And then start to reach that leg back towards your chest. Just until you feel a stretch. Don't go too far. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed on the mat, head relaxed on the mat. So you might need to loosen out your strap some if you find you're curling forward. That left leg can stay bent, or you can lengthen it out to also get a little stretch on the front of the hip. Breathe in deeply and exhale. One more breath here. Taking both ends of the strap in your right hand, open the leg out to the side a few inches, but keep it pulling towards you this way as well. Your left arm might open out to help counterbalance you a little bit. Keep your hips level, so you don't want to go so far that you lose your hip off the mat. One more breath here. Reach the leg back up to center, and then switch hands. So left hand takes both ends of your straps. Your right hand, your thumb is going to go right in your hip crease. So at the top of my thigh, but as deep in my hip crease as I can get it. And then I'm going to push my hip down towards the foot of my mat. Keep it resting on the mat and pull the leg across just a few inches. You don't need to go very far, and you want to make sure that you don't peel that hip up into a twist. Keep it down and give a little traction, pushing the leg towards your left foot. Come back to center. Bring the leg straight towards you one more time.
and then bend that right knee. Release your strap. Let the right leg go long. And pause for a minute here and just notice. If you notice your two legs, they probably feel a little different right now. And then bend both knees. Bring your strap around either the ball or the heel of your left leg, left foot. Reach that leg up straight or almost straight and start to pull it towards you. Your right leg can stay bent or it can lengthen long. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed on the mat, upper body relaxed on the mat. And wherever you start to feel the stretch, pause there. Resist the urge to move in and out, sort of bouncing. We don't want to do that. That makes it a lot more likely that you'll pull something or stretch too far and get a strain. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take both ends of your strap in your left hand. Open the leg out just a few inches to the side. Right arm might open out to counterbalance. Now, if you're pretty flexible here and you can reach your foot, it might be more comfortable to take your foot in your hand. Really, this is reclining big toe pose. So you would actually loop your index and middle finger in between your big toe and your second toe and hook your fingers behind your big toe in order to grab that leg. We'll talk more about big toe hold in a later practice, but if your foot's close enough and you want to go ahead and try it out, you can. The important thing here is that you push your toe into your fingers. Your fingers are just making a little hook. You're not grabbing your toe and yanking it off of you. Bring that leg back to center. Take both ends of your strap in your right hand. Take your left thumb into your hip crease. Push your leg down towards your right foot and bring it across just an inch or two. Keeping the back of the pelvis rooted down on your mat. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring the leg back to center. Bring it straight towards you one more time. And then release, bend the knee. Take the foot out of your strap. Just move your strap off to the side out of your way. Let that left leg go long and notice. Take a moment to feel what you can feel through the body. Where is the breath moving freely? Where is it being held? Where does it feel tight? Trying just to notice, not judging whatever you find as good or bad, but it just is where you are today. Next, inhale, pull the right knee into your chest. Keeping the left leg long, guide that right knee across the body. Open the right arm out to the side, coming into a twist. Now, if this feels like too deep of a twist, bend your bottom leg and keep the knees stacked. 2 more breaths here. Pull your hips back to center. Left knee hugs in to meet the right. And then extend the right leg long. Left knee stays hugged in. Guide that left knee across the body. Open the left arm out to the side into a twist. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pull your hips back to center. Right knee hugs in to meet the left. Give the shins a little squeeze in, rock a little side to side if that feels good to massage your lower back. We have one more new asana today before Shavasana, Happy Baby. So reach both feet up as if you're about to stand on the ceiling. Take your feet wider than your hips. Bend your knees and then reach up. Arms are gonna come inside your legs, hopefully, and then loop your hands either to your ankles or the outsides of your feet. Now, if your feet are way too far away for that, obviously ankles or shins. If that even feels tough, just bring your hands behind your thighs. In this case, the hands will go to the outside if you're here. You want to keep your pelvis on the mat, your whole back on the mat, and you're using just a little bit of arm strength to pull your knees down towards the floor. So imagine that eventually your knees are going to touch the floor on the outside of your torso. So knees are nice and wide. Imagine the ceiling is just coming down. So you want to keep your feet high rather than bring them in here. This is Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. So babies can do this really easily. As we age, our hips usually tighten. It becomes a lot harder. You might try rocking a little side to side. If that feels good, do it. If it feels horrible, stop. Come back to center. This is obviously a hip opening asana. In our next practice, when we introduce Warrior 2 and new standing and balancing postures, we'll be doing more hip opening postures. So you'll get a lot more into the hips soon. Come back to center. Release your feet down to the mat. Take the feet wide. Let the knees fall in together. Pausing here. If this feels really restful, maybe you stay here for Shavasana. If you would prefer to lengthen the legs long for a more traditional Shavasana shape, you can do that. Or if you'd like to grab any of your props, your bolster under the knees, your blanket under the back of the head, or a little neck roll, you're welcome to grab those. Take a moment to set yourself up in what's going to be the most comfortable Shavasana shape for you today. Feel free to close the eyes and let everything fall heavy. With each exhale, sink a little deeper into the support of your mat and ultimately of the earth. Shavasana is the most important asana to make sure you practice every time you come to your mat. It gives the body a chance not only to rest, but to return to a state of balance, of equilibrium. It lets all the good work of your practice sink into every part of you so that you can take all the good effects with you once you go and leave your mat for the rest of your day or the rest of your week. Just as much as activity, moving is important for our bodies, so is rest and stillness. So while it might be tempting to skip or shorten this part of practice, it's a really important step. Really important to honor our bodies, our breath, our spirit with this time just to relax, to breathe in and breathe out.
Take a deep breath in. And let that breath go. Invite some movement back into your body in whatever way feels right to you. Wiggling fingers or toes, or making some circles through the wrists or the ankles. You might slowly turn the head side to side, just reawakening in whatever way makes the most sense to you. Over the next couple breaths, let this movement get a little bit bigger. Maybe you reach into a big stretch. Maybe hug the knees to your chest and rock a little side to side. Or using one arm as a pillow, just roll to your favorite side and pause there for a breath or two. In this place of pause, thank yourself for listening to the teacher within you, for connecting your body, your mind, your spirit, for following your breath. As you feel ready, hands find the floor, press your way back up to sitting. Let the head be heavy, let it be the last thing to return upright, and find your way to any comfortable seated position. Once you're there, float the palms together in front of the heart, bowing the chin just slightly, finding length through your spine. As you prepare to travel off your mat into the rest of your day, or if you're doing this practice right before bed, thinking about tomorrow, take with you the yama satya, truthfulness. Are there times where you might not be completely honest to others, where you might be trying to deceive someone? Or are there times where you're not really truthful towards yourself about who you are and what is really taking you farther down your own path towards greater happiness and greater peace? We'll close our practice with one Om, that universal vibration that exists within all living things. Remembering that Om has 3 parts, A, O, M. And that sound will last however long your exhale lasts. When you run out of air to exhale, just fall back into silence. And you're welcome to join with me in the Om, or just to sit, listen, and feel the vibration around you. Breathing in. I thank you for sharing practice.